You can sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Rishikesh.
Do we have
By the
Govinda?
time Mataji comes.
We have Govinda class today, right?
We have class. Yes, we have class.
Hare Krishna teaches Samskriti.
Yes. Rishikesh, I ask you to sing Hare Krishna. Please sing Hare Krishna for me.
Okay. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Veshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, Rishikesh, thank you. Everybody can go ahead one after the other and sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra until Mataji launch. Rishikesh, thank you. Okay, sing with Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Give us it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare stop. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Mataji.
Hi Krishna. So is Ekadashi for you today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow for me,
Mataji,
Mataji.
tomorrow, Mataji. Tomorrow is Ekadashi.
For me,
It's
Ekadashi start.
already Tuesday, so you already started.
Mataji, this is Mukund. Mataji, for me, Ekadashi is tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Very nice.
I'm in US, so
It's today. Today's Tuesday here, right?
it's
So we have Mukund.
Monday here and Tuesday for you.
Yeah. We are ahead of you. So we have Dhruva, Balak Vrinda, Rishikesh, Krishna, Mokshit. Mokshit, after a long time, I'm seeing you. Mukund.
I had a lot of homework this year.
Uh-oh. Samskriti. Then Swadhin and Vrinda. Swadhin, who is Swadhin? Can you come on videos, please? Can I see you all? Swadhin. Is a new child?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, whenever you're comfortable, please come on video, okay? So we would like to see you. Okay, Hare Krishna, everyone. I hope Vinita Gandharika Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, what happened, Mataji?
You have opened the break rooms?
Yes, Mataji, for Damodar. Damodar is still going. They have activities still going on. So in the break room,
Oh,
the Damodar kids are there. So
okay,
that's
okay,
fine.
okay. Okay, Mataji, okay. So, how was your Thanksgiving break?
Good Mataji.
Good
Good.
Mataji.
You all got a little bit relief time?
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Studies. Breaks are needed, right?
Mhm.
And how are the conditions there? You all are going out to play outside? It's okay to go and play?
No. It's too
No,
cold.
It's too
Not
cold.
anymore.
Oh, yeah, it is cold, right? Yes, it's
My
snowing.
deck is filled with snow.
Oh, is it?
Yes, because I'm in Michigan.
Yes, Michigan has a lot of snow. Michigan, Columbus has a lot of snow. So you can make some snowman.
I didn't get time to.
Maybe you'll get some time on the weekends. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll quickly share a screen and then
I played with my friends from Ohio too.
your friend. Okay. Okay. So did we say the prayers? Anybody has said the prayers as yet?
Yeah, we did.
You did? Okay. Wonderful. Okay. So we are on the chapter, the disappearance of the Lord, right? So we are at the end of those chapters. And as we did last week, Yudhishthir Maharaj, he was talking to Arjuna, he was talking to Bhima that what must have happened. And then when Arjuna came, he was also interacting with him. Okay. Rishikesh, can you read this first part?
Also, Shrutadeva, Uddhava, and others, Nanda, Sunanda, and other leaders of liberated souls are constant companions of the Lord, are protecting Lord by Lord Balarama and Krishna. Are they all doing well in their respective functions? Do they, who are all eternally bound in friendship with us, remember our welfare?
Okay. So, yeah, Krishna, Sanskriti, can you read the second one?
Okay, Mataji. The constant companions of Lord Krishna, such as Uddhava, are liberated souls, and they are descended along with Lord Krishna to his material world to fulfill the mission of the Lord. Pandavas are also liberated souls who descended along with Lord Krishna to serve him in his transcendental pastimes on this earth.
Very good. So now this we've come to the nearly end of this chapter. Now in this part, what is the conversation between Yudhishthir Maharaj and Bhima, Narada, all these when it is going on, Yudhishthir Maharaj, he is asking about the well-being of everyone, right? And now over here, if you see, it is mentioned as liberated souls. Okay, so this liberated souls is a very important part over here. Now, when we have seen that in the Ramayana, okay, in all these stories wherein the Lord himself comes or the Lord comes or takes a avatar, there are many helping hands or there are many other entities who are also there along with them, right? In Ramayana, whom do you think we are talking about? Who helps Lord Ram?
Sugriva,
Yes,
Hanuman.
yes,
Ma.
right. Yeah, so all these who are there along with the Lord in his pastimes are, like we cannot say that yes, that they are doing something like when we are talking about Mahabharata or when we are talking about all these stories wherein like Arjuna, Bhima, Yudhishthir Maharaj, all these people are really the companions of the Lord who are there in his eternal abode, and only to assist the Lord in his pastimes they come back to this material world. Okay, like when Lord Krishna, where he advented, when he came to this material world, did he come alone?
No, Mataji.
you know, all the other demigods also, they also took birth over here in this material world in order to assist the Lord in his eternal pastimes, okay, in his pastimes on this material world. So now the questions are a lot of questions were asked by Yudhishthir Maharaj to Arjuna, right? That what happened to them, what happened to these people. Later on in the next part, he's going to ask about the queens of Krishna, okay. Okay. One second. Hi, Krishna. Are you there? Subhadra?
No, Mataji, some kids went into break room and they came here, right? They are now saying Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I see room 1. Subhadra Giridhari in room 1.
No, Mataji, they are here. They are here back.
They're here? Okay. Okay, Govind. Hi, Krishna, Govind. Is this your first class, Govind? You can unmute and answer.
Yes.
Okay, welcome, Govind. Then Swadhin, we don't know who is Swadhin. Has he turned his video on? Not yet. Okay,
no.
we'll wait for you. Okay. So then these liberated souls, now what else, if when it comes about a liberated soul, who else comes to your mind? Sorry? The Pandavas. Okay, the Pandavas are there.
Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, right. So these liberated souls, like we cannot say that they have come by their own to have their own karmas done or own because of something they've done that they've come into this material world. No, they are just coming by the will of the Lord, and they are just coming to assist the Lord in his pastimes and assist the Lord in his mission. Okay, so okay, we read this, right? The constant companions of Lord Krishna, such as Uddhava, are all liberated souls, and they descended along with Lord Krishna to this material world to fulfill the mission of the Lord. The Pandavas are also liberated souls who descended along with Lord Krishna to serve him in his transcendental pastimes on this earth. Now just imagine, if they were the constant companions of the Lord, they should have remembered it, right? They should have known it, that they are the companions of the Lord. What do you think? Did they remember that they were the constant companions of the Lord?
No.
No, right?
Not exactly.
So this is also the mercy of the Lord, that he gives the power of the remembrance and forgetfulness also. So just imagine, if he were to remember everything, then the pastimes of the Lord wouldn't be conducted in the same way as he decided, right? So though these are liberated souls, they are forgetful of their earlier pastimes, that they were there in Golok Vrindavan with the Lord. But over here, when they come back, it is just to assist the Lord. So we should not be all in each time saying that they are coming to have their karmas, to get rid of their karmas or anything. Okay. So now let me just tell somebody else to read. Samskriti, did you read?
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji.
Mukund, can you start reading?
Yes, Mataji. The liberated souls never, therefore, think themselves as free as the Lord or as powerful as the Lord, but they always seek the protection of the Lord in all circumstances, both in the material world and in the spiritual world. Hare Krishna.
Hi, Krishna. Tulasi Manjari, can you read the next part?
Yes, Mataji. This dependence of the liberated soul is constitutional, for the liberated souls are like sparks of fire that are able to exhibit the glow of fire along with the fire and not independently. Independently, the glow of the sparks is extinguished, although the quality of fire or the glowing is there.
Very
Thank you,
good.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so here see the example over here, and see when you are reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, always look at the examples which are quoted. Okay, then there are many examples which Srila Prabhupada has given so as to make it more easily understandable. Okay, now see over here an analogy is given about the fire and the sparks of fire. Okay, see when the fire is there, only then the sparks can be formed, right? Do you all agree with it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? When the spark is there, only then when the fire is there, only lit, only then the sparks are formed. That means the existence of these sparks is only due to the fire. Okay, they are like when the sparks they emanate out of the fire, then to their existence depends upon this fire. Okay, so just like that, the example which is given is the dependence of the liberated soul. That means the dependence of these sparks is only because of this fire. Like that, all these liberated souls are just like the sparks of fire, and the main source is Krishna. Okay, so this dependence of the liberated soul is constitutional. For the liberated souls are like sparks of fire, and they are able to exhibit the glow of fire along with the fire. Okay, if there is no fire, then these existence of the spark is nothing, like is not even there. So, and what happens is the liberated souls never therefore think themselves as free. How many of you would like to consider yourself free from the Lord? I do not depend upon the Lord. I do not have anything to do. I am free, and I am all, I'm all set to do things by myself. Do we feel like that?
No matter.
Why can I not feel? I am a living entity. I am a free body. Why can I not think like that?
Because without the Supreme Lord, we won't be even existing.
Yes. So that existence, that remembrance should always be there. Okay. And this is what the liberated souls are into. Like they know that everything depends upon the protection of the Lord, and therefore they feel themselves always dependent on the Lord. Right. See, like the Draupadi, when she was in trouble, she had to ask for help to others, but at the end she surrendered to the Lord, right? So these dependence on the Lord is the one thing which can really, really help us in this material world. And you know what, like when we say about this liberated souls, we just think, or should we just think, yes, this is liberated soul, so it was really possible for them. What does Lord know about this material world? There are so many troubles, so many problems in day-to-day life. Can we think about this way? Or in any condition, I have to be surrendered to the Lord? What do you feel?
Any condition, I have to be surrendered to the Lord.
Right? But then when it is any condition surrendered to the Lord, should I do nothing and I just should sit and chant and okay, now whatever is there, Lord is going to do? Or should I make a little bit endeavor by myself?
You should do a little bit of endeavor by yourself, because that's being lazy.
Yes. So dependence.
That's
Yes.
also one of the two fingers in the two finger short story.
Yes.
Endeavor.
Right. So this is very important. I'll have you tell the story once, okay, Mukun? Let us finish this part and then you can share it with us. Govind, are you getting what we are doing, beta? How old are you, Govind?
6.
6 years old. Okay. Okay. Hi, Krishna, Suraj, Isha, Subhadra, Giridhari.
Mataji, can I say something?
Who is this?
This is Giridhari.
Yes, Giridhari.
I was saying that you look like a guru to us, that we should treat you as our guru, and this is look like a gurukul.
This looks like a Gurukul. I'm also learning along with you, Subhadra and Giridhari. I'm learning with you all. Okay, so then, yeah, so coming back to our yeah, coming back to our slide is, so this dependence of the Lord is very, very important. And the liberated souls, though they are liberated souls, they are yet dependent on the Lord. See, Srila Prabhupada, at every step he always depended on the Lord for his mercy, right? So this is such a big example that we have in this material world, and which is just recent, right? Okay, so Badra, can you read this?
Okay, Mataji. Is Lord Krishna the Supreme Personality of Godhead who gives pleasure to the cows, the sense of, and the brahmanas, who is very affectionate towards his devotees, enjoying a peace assembly at Dwarkapuri, surrounded by friends?
Yes. So yeah. Yeah, so what is the next question which was asked was that, see now, uh, the Lord, when he is in Dwarka, he has his Dwarka Vasis with him, right? So when all his associates with him, or those people who are in the Dwarka, are called as the Dwarka Vasis. So then the next question which Yudhishthir Maharaj asks is that, see over here, the very first line is also very important, okay? That Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who gives pleasure to the cows, cows, what is his name called as?
Govind.
Govinda, Gokula,
Govinda, right? Yeah.
Gopal.
Gopal, Govinda. So and the senses of the Brahmanas, who is very affectionate towards his devotees, enjoying the pious assembly at Dwarkapuri, surrounded by friends. Now, what at the back of the mind over here, Yudhishthir Maharaj, because we know that the Lord is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? Can we think about that maybe the Lord is in danger? Do we think anytime when we get up in the morning, oh, how is the Lord doing today? What is he doing? You remember the needle and the elephant and the needle story?
Yeah.
Yes,
Poor
Mataji.
cobbler, the poor cobbler, when he very innocently,
I said that in my presentation.
very nice, very nice. So in one of he thinks that, oh, what is the Lord doing, right? So over here, because Yudhishthir Maharaj knew that there is the Lord is not going to be in any sort of problem, because he's the one who takes us out from all our problems, all our miseries, right? So then he knew that the Lord is not going to be in any sort of difficulty. So look at the question which he is asking. He says that, is he enjoying the pious assembly at Dwarkapuri? That means the Lord must be surely enjoying in his Dwarka, and he must be enjoying along with his friends. So Isha, can you read this for us?
Yes, Mataji. Here is this practical verse of Lord is described as Bhagavad Gita,
Bhagwan,
Govinda,
Brahmanaya,
Brahmana, and
Bhakta Vatsala.
Bhakta Vatsa. He is Bhagwan. He is Bhagwan
Swayam,
Swaya, or the original Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Okay, you can stop over there. Okay, so in this part, as we mentioned, that the Lord is been described, or the Lord is been he is he's explained in such a way with all the names which he has. Like God is, like Krishna is described as Bhagwan Swayam. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like when he is the one who is pleasing is the pleasure of the cows, is Brahmanaya. Okay. And then Bhakta Vatsala. Bhakta Vatsala means who is very affectionate towards his devotees. And he is also with full of opulences. Wait, let me have somebody. Suraj, can you read this from here?
Or Mataji.
from Supreme Personality of God.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, full of opulences, all power and mataji, all knowledge, all beauty, all fame, and all renunciation. No one is equal to or greater than him.
Very good. Okay. Now, when we are talking about the society wherein we are talking about the Govatsalaya or the Brahmanaya, and when we are talking about that the Lord is the one who gives pleasure to the cows. Okay. The cow protection is very, see, in each and every scriptures of ours, the cow protection is always emphasized, and it is always mentioned that the society which takes care of its goat or takes care of its cows is always going to flourish. Okay, that means there will always be good things which will come in their way. Now, yesterday we had a talk like one, you know how important the cow products are. Everybody knows about it. Like everything, the cow urine, the cow dung, everything is used at its utmost, like everywhere it can be used. Now there is one more, it has already been started, but then many of them are still entering into it, wherein through cow dung, paint is being made. Paint is made through cow dung. Yes, paint. And like through all the process which are done with it, the through bleaching and everything, and it comes out to be a nice white paint. And then you can add any other emulsions into it and make into a different color. But then now people are working towards making eco-friendly paint through cow dung, and it is working out. Like maybe in a few years, the school where I work, the president of our school, he himself will have a plant put up for the paint which can be made through cow dung. So see, such an important, there are so many different ways by which the cow helps us all. And that is the reason the cow protection is always emphasized in our scriptures. Then Balavrinda, can you please read some part over here?
A secular
society
developed a cow production and
Brahmanical culture
is not understood under the
direct
protection of the Lord, just as the
Sinners
in the jail are not under the protection of the king, but under the protection of all
severe agents of the king.
Agents of the king.
Okay, thank you so much. Giridhari, can you read this part?
Yes, Mataji. Without cow protection and cultivation of the Brahminical qualities in human society, at least for a section of the members of society, no human civilization can prosper at any length.
Very good. Now, what I want you to do all is, you all today, okay, you know what? I'm going to stop the share for a few minutes so that I can talk to you all. If you all can come on video, it would be so nice so that I can see you all. Okay, what are you going to do is a little bit, maybe your 5 or 10 minutes of your day today, or maybe any time 5 or 10 minutes of your week, or maybe if you need 15 minutes, but you all are going to find out how are the different ways by which a cow helps the society, or what are the different ways by which I'll give you two topics rather. One is one is like a way by which a cow is helping the society, or how the cow gives back to the to us. And the second topic, which I'll put it up in the WhatsApp group also, second is what all can be done for cow protection. Or suppose if you are appointed at a position, okay, at a place wherein you are being in charge of protecting the cows, what are all the things which you would like to imply, or what are all the things which you would try to get into so that cow protection can be done at its perfect level. Can you all do that? A little bit research and a little bit thinking.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay,
No.
you can make this can be a report writing for you all. Okay, so today's assignment for you all will be a report writing on cow protection. There are 2 topics you can choose on your own. Okay, suppose now you have gone on a field, you have you are covering for a news magazine, and then you have to make a report. So all these days, what are we doing? We are reading reports from the Back to Godhead. We are reading articles from the Back to Godhead, right? Now suppose you have to write a content. Okay, so this is a new concept which we are trying to introduce, content writing or a report writing. You all are understanding? If everybody can come on video, I would really appreciate it so that I can see you all. Haribol. Otherwise, it feels like I'm just talking to the screen. You all should be present for Sanatan Dharma Prabhu's class. Isn't it, Balavrinda? Sanatan Dharma Prabhu's class is like he has to see everything.
That's my favorite Prabhuji, and he always asks us to on the video because he wants us to on the video so he can see us.
Yes, Dhruba, Kirsha, Tulasi Manjari, Swadhin, Kushi. Then who is Beluga? Mukund. Can you all come on video? Because I just want to take a snap for you all. Okay, let me just take up because I just wanted to see how many of you are over here today. Okay, still Suraj is not on video. Why Suraj is not there? Rishikesh, sit back on your seat. Suraj, where are you? Khushi. Okay. Haribol, say a big Haribol. I cannot see Subhadra. Okay, Khushi is not there. Okay.
See, come on video.
Okay, so today what we are introducing is a content writing. Okay, now when content writing you are there, you are going to initially start with the topic what you are given, like why do you think you are doing this, and then what information you have about it, and then at the end you can end it by what are the inferences or what are the, when we are reading the article, I'll let you know, I'll tell you how the content writing is. Okay, so see, whenever you're writing any report writing, it is the basic, the content which is important in it, right? When you have written your story in your class, do you have your story as the first part, in the middle part as the story, and then the end? First, next, and the final, you have your teacher tell you,
I'm doing that right now in school.
isn't it? So this is the same thing we are trying to introduce in our Govinda class, because we have been reading the reports. Now we are also trying to write it. Okay, so I've given you 2 topics. One is how useful the cow is and what the cow gives back to the society. That report, suppose you have gone on a farm and you are doing a coverage. Hare Krishna, I'm on a farm, I'm on a Hare Krishna farm, and then we are seeing the cows over here, right? You've seen reporters, right? Then next we will be doing is reporting, that you will be pretending that you are on somewhere and you are covering a news. You never know, somebody can become a reporter, or somebody can be covering as a just as a voluntary activity for our movement, right? That you are collecting reports and then giving it for the Back to Godhead magazine. You can be a part of the magazine then, right? So then there are 2 things. Then you can just do that, and then you can write it up, and then we will have a presentation one day. Okay, in one of the classes we'll have a presentation. Everybody is going to contribute to it. Give a big Haribol if you are going to. If you are going to give a big Haribol.
Haribol.
Haribol. Okay.
So we have to pretend like we're in the Krishna farm with the cows.
Yes, so now, as of now, today what we are going to do is that you're going to have a report writing or a content writing, we can say, wherein Either you can have a topic of how cows are useful to us, okay, and what are the cows giving and everything about the cows. And the second thing is that how can cow protection be done? Like suppose you are appointed at a place wherein you are in charge of protecting the cows. Then what all things would you implement so that the cows can be protected?
Can we choose whatever topic we want?
Yes, yes. Out of the two, any of them you can choose. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. If you feel you cannot write, you can at least record it. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Mataji.
Can we type it?
Yes, you can type it out. No problem. Dhruba, can you read this part where it is highlighted?
Okay. Without cow protection and
Cultivation.
cultivation of the
Brahmanical qualities.
Brahmanical qualities in human society, at least for a section of the members of society, no human civilization can prosper at any rate.
Very good. See, and you can give quotations from the Bhagavatam also. Like suppose if you go online and if you just put up cow protection, Srimad Bhagavatam, you will get different contents from the Srimad Bhagavatam wherever their cow protection is mentioned about. Okay. Tulasi Manjari, you want to say something?
No, Mataji, that's just for reading.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so see in the Bhagavatam also it is mentioned that a society, if they are not into cow protection, if they are not respecting the cows, that society cannot flourish or that society does not move ahead. Okay, so see, just like a prisoner in the jails are not under the protection of the king, but under the protection of the severe agents of the king. So if you are going wrong in the protection of the cows, the consequences can be dangerous. Okay. Then who has not read over here? Govind, would you like to read? Okay. Mukund, did you read?
Yes, Mataji. But I can read again.
Wait, let me see who else not read. Advait, can you start reading?
Okay, Mataji. By Brahmanic, the whole thing, right, Mataji?
Yes.
By Brahmanical culture, the development of the dormant qualities of goodness, namely truthfulness, equanimity, sense control,
Equanimity.
forbearance, simplicity, general knowledge, transcendental knowledge, and firm faith in the Vedic wisdom. One can become a Brahmana and thus see the Lord as he is.
Very good. Okay, so the Brahmana, the Lord always is emphasized that it's not a Brahmana by birth, right? It is by your qualities that you will be a Brahmana. So the one who is imparting knowledge, the one who is truthful, the one who is clean, the one who is imparting his knowledge and always ready to learn more about the Lord is the one who will be called as the Brahmana. And if a society is having a Brahmanical culture, okay, so nobody should misunderstand this as the just as the caste system or anything, but a person who is following all these qualities only can be called as a Brahmana. Okay, Abhiram, very nice to see you, Abhiram. Can you please start reading this?
The Lord is all perfect in himself. There could not be any question of his welfare. And Maharaja Yudhishthira refrained from asking this question. He simply inquired about his residential place, Dwarka Puri, where pious men assemble.
Very good. Okay, then who else is not read? Let me see whose hands are out. Kabir, can you start reading this, Kabir, the next part?
The Lord stays only where pious men assemble and takes pleasure in the glorifying the supreme truth. Maharaj Yudhishthira was anxious to know about the pious men and their pious acts in the city of Dwarka.
See, such an important thing, right? That is the reason we say that wherever there are kirtan, wherever there is chanting of the holy name, the Lord resides over there. Wherever there are pious men, the Lord is going to reside over there. And that is the reason Yudhishthir Maharaj was asking about the pious city of Dwarka, the pious men living in or the pious people who are living in Dwarka. He knew that nothing could be happened to the Lord. And that is the reason he did not ask like, oh, what happened to the Lord? But he asked like, what happened to the city of Dwarka, the pious city of Dwarka. Okay, I think we'll just stop over here. The next verse, I'll tell Mataji to take it. So you all have understood what we are doing today, what we are supposed to do today, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, everybody is liking it. We are starting a new segment over here. Everybody is okay with that? Okay, and I just hope everybody
I have a
participates.
question.
Yes.
For the first thing that we can do for our homework, as noting, like saying and explaining about one, I think it was that one you explained one thing that the cow contributes to the society. Can we do many things that the cow contributes to the society for?
Yes, many things. All the ways that the cow is contributing to the society, or all the ways how the cow is useful to us. All the
We can
different ways
write
we can do.
any thing about the cows that we know.
Already, actually, Mukund did a presentation on cow protection, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Very nice, very nice. You can, yeah, you know what? You are free to do anything. If you want to have a write-up, it is good as a report writing. If you want to make a video about it, it's okay. If you want to make a presentation also, it is okay. So just feel free to whatever you are comfortable with doing. Okay? Whatever you feel you can do, you can do it that way. Is that okay, everyone? Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, so then we'll just quickly go with the back to Godhead. Okay, then we will have, let me see. Okay, we'll start from the first. Yes, Ramachandra, can you start reading?
Sir Mataji, Cow Protection in Europe by Chaya Devi Dasi. Jiva the ox
Representatives?
representatives from Hare Krishna Farm meet to discuss their program in fulfilling Srila Prabhupada's vision of self-sufficiency. Jiva the ox hears the commands of Balabhadra Dasa, moves forward and then turns to the left. After several repetitions of these commands, Balabhadra takes Jiva to a stall where he gently brushes and gently talks to him. Jiva's partner Dharma is standing in the adjoining stall waiting for his turn to show what he remembers from his previous lesson. Jiva and Dharma are a pair of 3-year-old Jersey oxen at Krishnam Dvur, the Hare Krishna farm in the Czech Republic. Balabhadra Das is ISKCON's Global Minister for Cow Protection and Agriculture. Premadatta Dasa, Jiva and Dharma's teamster, were learning by watching Balabhadra train Jiva and Dharma to basic voice commands: sweet, handsome, and gentle. Jiva and Dharma are to be a farm's next working ox team. They are part of a herd of 14 protected cows living at Krishna Dvur.
Very good. Thank you so much, Ramachandra. Then who has not got yet? Krishnanena, did you read?
No, Mataji.
Okay, Krishnanena, start reading from the next. Wait, sorry. Okay. Yes, Krishnanena, start reading from the next part. Yeah.
Madasa, president of Krishna Dhruv and his wife Padma Mukhidasi, introduced us to Rasa Leela and Tungi cows that give milk but have never given birth to a calf, seemingly defining the laws of nature because of her hip problems. The devotees never breed Rasa Leela, but she has been giving milk for 10 years. Tungi has just started giving milk before our visit. Brahmadatta heard her mooing loudly in pasture and rushed to her. Her milk bag was full, and she obviously wanted someone to milk her to reveal the process. Lifetime cow protection creates such peace and confidence in a cow that she can give milk without birth.
Very good. Thank you so much. Then next we have, I'm just checking who all have not read as yet. Dhruba, did you read?
Yes, Mataji.
Haribol? You read. Okay. Khushi, you want to read? Haribol, Khushi,
Yes, Mataji.
you want to read?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. It's inspiring. From there you can start.
It's inspiring to see cows protected in a country like
The Czech Republic.
Czech Republic, so far from India, where cow protection originated. The credit goes to Srila Prabhupada, who
Imparted.
imparted Krishna consciousness everywhere during this extensive travels.
Keep reading.
ISKCON has several farms in Europe, and the first annual ISKCON EU Farm Conference held last May. Hare Krishna farmers attend from England, Belgium, Germany, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Poland, Sweden, and Hungary.
Okay, thank you
Even
so
then-
much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay, then we have Swadhin. Do you want to read? Shreyash? Okay,
Yes, Mataji.
who is it? Shreyash? Is it Shreyash?
Yes.
Yeah, Shreyash, do you want to read?
Okay, Mataji.
Yeah, you can read the highlighted part.
All right. Even then, not all the cow production farms in Europe were represented. Many of these devotee cowherds and farmers serve their farms in rural settings far from a bustling city temple. They perform their service with little recognition and applause, but the rewards in their service to the cows and the land and the living in a spiritual atmosphere, enjoying a peaceful, healthy life close to the land and the cows.
Okay, thank you so much, Shreyash. So see, such a wonderful, right? See, all these, whoever are working in the farms, normally it happens that nobody comes to know, because in the morning, in the early morning, they milk the cows and then they get the milk to the temple, when everybody is not there in the temple. And what happens is, like when I was in Kalachinji temple, the milk used to be got over there maybe in the evenings or maybe in the early mornings. And we used to use the milk, but never, like, we could never see that who is getting it, who is working along, because see, milk is such a, it is so it has to be handled so carefully, because if the cans are not washed properly, then, and if you milk the cows in that same, the milk can go wastage. Okay, the milk can curdle, the milk can just be spoiled in that process. So whenever that Prabhu used to do is, in Kalachanji temple, it is Gopal Prabhu who looks after the cows. And what he used to do then, he used to see that the cans are soaked, they are washed, and they are nicely rinsed with warm water, so that there are no residues left from the earlier milk. And then he can take it for the next milking cycle the next day. And again, while getting it also, it has to be bought very carefully. And then again, if the cow has just given birth, then that milk is different from the regular milk, which is rich in colostrum. So then that is again a protein rich milk that has to be kept differently, that just cannot be boiled. So there are so many different ways. The cow has to be washed, the cow has to be cleaned every now and then. So these all things are very, very important. And what happens is, because they are in the farm, many of them do not get to know what they are doing. So appreciating these people is also very important. Rudra, can you read this?
Okay, Mataji. The conference organized by the
Shamasundar Das.
Shamasundari Das, ISKCON's European Minister for Cow Protection and Agriculture, was a first step toward increasing enthusiasm and support for cow protection farms in Europe. In that attempt, it was a success, with devotees leaving inspired and hopeful for the future.
Very good. Thank you so much. Then we have, Tulasi Manjari, can you read this part?
Yes, Mataji. Shamsundar is the manager of the Goshala cow sanctuary at the Bhaktivedanta Manor in England. Before we arrived in the Czech Republic at the Krishnu Dvor farm, which hosted the conference, we stopped at Bhaktivedanta Manor. Bhima, get up, Bala, get up. Shamsundar Das was taking us on a tour of the manor.
Manor grounds.
It's not going. Oh, now it's good. Shamsundar Das was taking us on a tour of the manor grounds. When down the lane came an ox cart full of happy guests enjoying their open air sightseeing tour. The rural charm of the bullock carts attracts guests to the manor. The oxen not
Very
only
good.
pull
Thank
guest
you.
carts, but they.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Tulsi Manjari.
Thank you, Mataji.
Bullock cart ride is really, really very interesting. You know, when we were young, when we were small, we have had these rides in our villages. Okay, then we have Mukund, can you read this part?
Yes, Mataji. The oxen not only pull guest carts, but they also pull farm machinery in manors' fields. In December 2007, the Royal Society for the Protection of Cruelty to Animals, RSPCA, without permission from the devotees and against their expressed wishes,
Euthanized.
Gangotri, an ailing cow living at the manor. The heart-wrenching event motivated the devotees of the manor to approach the English government to recognize the practice of cow protection. The devotees are arguing the importance of the cow in India's culture and faith. Hare Krishna.
Okay, then we have Rudra's already said. Yeah, Isha, can you read this part?
Yes, Mataji. England's and India's view of the cows
Differ greatly.
greatly. To the Western mind, the cows in
Importance.
Is in
Supplying.
meat and milk. The cow is a commercial commodity to the Eastern mind. The cow is our mother, the bull is our father.
Very nice. Thank you so much. So this is what is important when we are reading about cow protection, wherein how we are treating and how we are considering our cow as. Okay. Balavrinda, can you read this part? Balavrinda is there? Okay. Samskriti, can you read this? Then we will stop.
Yes, Mataji. The The cow gives milk known as the miracle food and free of growth hormones and antibiotics. To produce the miracle food, the cow eats only grass. She takes a little from us and gives us so much, a true example of motherhood. The bull pulls the plow in the fields, preparing the soil for seeds that produce delicious vegetables and grains. Like a father, the bull is providing for us.
Very good. Yeah. Govind, can you read a little bit along with me? Only this much part? We can try. Govind, you can read along with me? You can unmute yourself, Govind. Yeah. Both the cow.
Both the cow and
Bull
bull
produce
produce
manure
which
has been
seen
scientifically proven
to
contain numerous
numerous
nutrients
little good, not only for the soul, but for your
health
health as well.
Very good. You read nice, Govind. See, you tried your best, right? Wonderful. Awesome. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, Suraj, can you read this so then we can later on end the call? Yes, Suraj, can you start reading this?
Cow urine, often combined with herbs, cures many human ills and serves as a pesticide and herbicide. Cow dung is also used as fuel by either burning it or directly processing it in biogas systems to make methane. Methane. The bull not only plows the fields, but he can power generators, sawmills, and other machines. Protecting cows makes sense since the cow and bull provide our essential foods as well as medicine, fertilizer, pesticides, herbicides, and ox power.
Very good. Thank you so much. Okay. So the Western mind, however, has not yet opened to the many practical and spiritual benefits of the cow to human society. So maybe slowly they will be doing it. Now, you know what? Now, under the cow protection and everything, there is one thing when the people come around and they say that, oh, yes, they are, you are, you're ill-treating the animals. You're using them in bullock carts. They're using them in the farm. So this is a misconception, you know what, that according to their nature, a bull has to do some work. You know what happens, what is the reality is that if a bull is not going to work in the fields, or if the bull is not in action, his legs can get cramped and he will not be able to walk. So a cow has a different role in the society. The bull has a different role. The bull in India, you know what, like when there are the earlier methods or the age-old methods wherein they were extracting the oil from peanuts or oil from the sunflower seeds. They used to have it put in a center container, and then the bull used to be moving around it. Okay, and that is the natural process by which oil was extracted from the seeds. So for that, the bull, whatever energy it uses, that keeps it more fine. You know, like when you are old, If you say, oh, don't do any work, don't go out, if it happens, what will happen? When old people, they do not walk, then they will not be able to use their energy in the right way, right? And then after some days, they might not be able to walk properly. So as long as you are moving, as long as you are working, you are fit and fine. So same thing applies for the bull as well. So when these people come under the act of animal protection, they will go and eat an animal, but they will say over here, oh, don't put some work for this animal. So that is all, like they all do such wrong things. So I want you all, like maybe you will be the further preachers of our ISKCON. So see to it that that report writing and everything is done, so that you can at least put in a little bit effort towards the society. Can you all do that? Everyone? Okay. So we'll end our call today. Vanja kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Mataji. Closing the call. Bye-bye,
Yes.
kids.